Christmas activity, typically, we know we have the family and friends gathering to have fun and all, but this also increases our chances of getting or spreading COVID-19. And the safest way at this time, because we're experiencing this pandemic, is to celebrate Christmas with people within our own households. So if you do plan to spend Christmas with people outside of your household, we really do need to take steps to make sure that is a safe activity. So we need to be wearing our masks at all times, except when you're going to eat or have something to drink. So even if we're coming together, we need to be wearing our masks. We need to make sure we're keeping and maintaining the physical distance of 6 feet, especially when it is that we're interacting with persons who don't live within our own households. And make sure we have the mask on while we're speaking and not removing it, like putting it underneath the chin or taking it off completely when we're talking and interacting with other persons. Making sure that we're washing our hands as well or sanitizing with our alcohol-based hand sanitizers, especially when it is that soap or soap and water are not available for us to use at that point in time. And we also need to be aware of the measures that are currently in our Disaster Risk Management Act. So adhere to all the COVID-19 protocols that have been set. For example, the curfew limits, the limits in terms of the numbers for social gatherings, etc. What activities can you safely participate in during the Christmas season? Host a virtual Christmas meal with friends and family who don't live within your household. And then you set up your TV or your laptop or your tablet and have a virtual sit-down dinner. Have people share the recipes and the dishes. So normally sometimes you have this whole potluck where it is you ask your friends and family to bring dishes over. You can still do that by sharing recipes and so on, and so we can all enjoy together the Christmas meal. When you're hosting a gathering, if it is that you choose to do so, have a small outdoor gathering. If gathering inside it's going to be inside, make sure your windows are open so you increase the ventilation. Limit the number of guests, so make sure you're aware of what it is stipulated in the Disaster Risk Management Act, which changes from time to time. Clean and disinfect high-touch surfaces and items before you use them. Make sure you limit the number of people in the food preparation area so it's not a crowded space. Have your guests bring their own food and drink. And if you're sharing food, have one person share food and use single-use options in terms of your utensils and the things that you're using to serve. In terms of making shopping safe, shop online. And when shopping in stores, stay 6 feet apart from others and make sure you're wearing your mask. And make sure you check yourself for symptoms before leaving home. So if you're ill, please stay home and don't go out shopping at this point in time. For persons who we know are more vulnerable and at high risk, shop early or ask someone to pick up items for you in the store. Use curbside pickup and delivery options if that is available and feasible for you. For our businesses, we know you expect increased pedestrian traffic. Make sure your hand sanitization station is accessible, easily accessible, especially immediately on entry to your business. Make sure you're enforcing physical distancing, not only within the business space itself, but outside. Offer online and telephone services as much as possible for as many services as possible within your business. Offer delivery services if that is an option. Have options for short interactions to be expedited. And make sure you have reminders of the infection prevention and control measures within your business so that you can remind your clients of what is expected. Celebrate the season differently in your workplace as well. So put up your Christmas decorations early to remind everyone of the season. You may have once weekly mandatory Christmas event for staff such as Zoom bingo, Zoom, lunchtime caroling, grab bag. We know there are restricted and banned activities under the Disaster Risk Management Act, so no parties. We also know Christmas season for some individuals can really be very depressing, have unhappy memories linked to Christmas. There are feelings of loneliness. We want to remind you to always keep positive and see opportunities wherever they may lie. When you're at home, we say start celebrating early, and that doesn't mean in terms of throwing a big gathering or a party. We're just saying start decorating your house at this point in time so you can start to feel the Christmas spirit. Develop your safe circle of friends to keep children and adolescents engaged socially. Make sure you're calling your elderly relatives and friends. Make sure you're keeping in touch with them. Do the family Zoom calls or Skype calls, especially in trying to keep in touch with persons over long distances who don't live close to you. And engage in more family activities, especially within the household, to decrease the stress. Watch more TV together, play your games as a family, attend church online. So decrease the stress that you're putting yourselves under due to spending. So limit your spending, try not to overindulge, and manage your expectations from now. And also try to manage the expectations of your family as well in terms of what to expect that you're going to be able to do and accomplish during this time. If you have to travel for the holidays, your chances of getting and spreading COVID-19 increases. So the best way to prevent this and to make sure you're staying safe is to make sure that you stay home. If you have to travel, however, especially using public transportation, we ask, one, make sure you're wearing your mask, and ask others that are in the same vehicle as you are to also wear their masks. Ensure that the windows are kept open. Try to avoid vehicles that are overcrowded. Make sure you hand sanitize as soon as possible after alighting from the vehicle. If you have to travel overseas, make sure you check travel restrictions and guidelines before you travel so you know what is expected. Just a final reminder here that if you or your family member becomes sick at any point in time, please stay home, contact your nearest health department, or call 800-1-LOVE.